You won't believe what's happening to our planet's glaciers. Scientists have sounded the alarm about melting glaciers for decades, but it seems like their warnings have largely gone unheard. With each passing year, more and more ice is vanishing from Earth's surface, and now we may be at a point of no return. But just how bad is the situation, and should we be worried about melting glaciers? How will they impact our lives if we lose them? We're about to find out. In this video, you'll discover the alarming truth about melting glaciers that'll make you wonder if it's too late to save them. Whether you live in a coastal city or miles away from any ocean, everyone needs to understand the hidden crisis unfolding beneath our feet. The fate of entire communities and even humanity itself could depend on what happens next. So stay tuned until the end and let us know your thoughts in the comments. This is an issue worth talking about because time is running out. Glaciers are essential to life on Earth. They hold fresh water that feeds billions of people and are vital for wildlife habitats. But this silent water crisis is unfolding before our eyes. Glaciers cover around 10% of Earth's landmass and store roughly 2/3 of the world's fresh water, but these icy giants are rapidly disappearing due to rising temperatures. Between 2008 and 2014 alone, glaciers worldwide lost over 10 billion gallons of water every second. That's enough to fill 4 million Olympic-sized swimming pools every minute. But why should you care about melting glaciers? What does it mean for you and your community? Glaciers affect all of us in ways big and small. They're the silent water crisis that will soon come roaring to life. But we may already be past the tipping point. As glaciers vanish, the global water cycle is thrown into chaos. Less snow and ice in the Arctic means less sunlight is reflected back into space, and more is absorbed by the oceans, leading to rising sea levels. Hotter temperatures also cause more evaporation and altered rainfall patterns. Some regions will face devastating floods, while others experience prolonged droughts. Entire ecosystems will be wiped out, and countless species will go extinct. And for humans, it's not just about water. Melting glaciers also unleash ancient viruses and bacteria that can infect us with unknown diseases. But we're only just beginning to uncover the full extent of this disaster. In recent years, scientists have made some truly alarming discoveries about just how quickly glaciers are disappearing. A study published in 2023 found that glacier loss in the European Alps has accelerated dramatically, with some glaciers disappearing entirely in just a few decades. Another study published in 2022 showed that Antarctica is losing ice 5 times faster than it did in the 1990s. And it's not just the poles. A third study, published in 2023, revealed that glaciers in the Rocky Mountains have retreated further in the past half-century than in the previous 2 millennia combined. It seems like every new study brings even more shocking revelations about just how dire the situation really is. But what does this actually mean? Will we lose all of our glaciers in our lifetime? Most scientists agree that some glaciers will likely disappear entirely in the next few decades. Others will continue to shrink but not vanish completely. However, there's still much uncertainty and ongoing debate about exactly how fast the remaining glaciers will melt. Some experts warn that worst-case scenarios could play out within just a few decades. Others suggest that we have several centuries left. But even that little time may be too optimistic given the accelerating rate of ice loss in recent years. We simply don't know yet what the coming decades will bring. But one thing is clear: we need to take action now to preserve what remains. Otherwise, future generations may never see a glacier in person. With glaciers vanishing so quickly, it's crucial to understand the different types of ice loss. Two main culprits are behind the rapid decline. First, rising temperatures cause glaciers to melt from their surface and sides. Hotter weather also leads to more rain, which lubricates glaciers, causing them to slide more easily down valleys and carve into their beds. The second major threat is reduced snowfall. Without fresh snow, glaciers can't replenish their ice reserves and become thinner over time. Both melting and thinning reduce the volume and thickness of glaciers. Over time, this causes them to recede further up their valleys and basins. Some glaciers disappear entirely through this process. For others, the overall volume is reduced, leaving behind smaller remnants of their former selves. As glaciers shrink, the landscape around them changes dramatically. The rushing rivers and streams carving through the ice create deep gorges and sharp peaks. What was once a massive, majestic ice sheet becomes a series of jagged spires and scattered ponds. The recession exposes lakes and other bodies of water that were previously covered by ice, creating new landscapes and altering drainage patterns. All of this reshaping happens on a human timescale, reminding us just how quickly our planet is changing. But we're just realizing how crucial glaciers are to our survival. The consequences of losing so much ice so quickly are far-reaching. Glaciers have a profound impact on global climate patterns. Their melting is already causing sea levels to rise, threatening coastal communities worldwide. The receding ice also disrupts regional weather systems, leading to more extreme events like floods, droughts, and heat waves. As glaciers vanish, entire ecosystems are thrown into chaos. Many species that depend on glacial habitats for survival are at risk of extinction. Some animals and plants can migrate to more suitable areas, but they may face competition with species already living there. Others may not be able to adapt quickly enough and will disappear forever. There are also serious implications for humans. Communities that depend on glaciers for water and resources are already feeling the impacts of their loss. Dwindling water supplies can lead to conflict and mass migration. As temperatures rise, infectious diseases carried by animals and insects can spread to new areas, infecting humans. We've only begun to understand the true cost of losing our glaciers. No matter where you live, melting glaciers have far-reaching implications for your everyday life. The receding ice is already affecting you in ways both big and small. Higher temperatures and altered precipitation patterns are causing more extreme weather events. Floods, droughts, heat waves, and storms are all becoming more common. These disasters disrupt food production, energy supplies, and transportation systems, impacting your wallet and way of life. Melting glaciers also contribute to rising sea levels, which threaten coastal communities and infrastructure. As the ice melts, more water flows into the oceans, causing global sea levels to rise. This inundates low-lying coastal areas, eroding coastlines, and contaminating freshwater supplies. The economic costs of repairing damaged infrastructure and relocating communities are staggering. In fact, a recent study estimated that global damages from climate change-related disasters will cost around $2.4 trillion annually by 2030, and glacier loss is accelerating these trends. While the numbers may seem abstract, know that these costs are being passed on to you through higher prices, taxes, and reduced quality of life. Glaciers also play a critical role in the global water cycle. They store fresh water that feeds rivers, lakes, and groundwater supplies, sustaining ecosystems and providing drinking water for billions of people. But, as glaciers melt, this vital water source is dwindling. Less snow and ice in the Arctic also disrupts regional weather systems, leading to more extreme events like floods, droughts, and heat waves. These disasters harm agriculture, strain water resources, and force mass migrations. Again, the consequences are felt most acutely by those already facing hardship. We're all connected to the natural world in ways we're only beginning to understand. By acting now to protect glaciers, we ensure a sustainable future for ourselves and generations to come. Melting glaciers are a stark warning sign that our planet's delicate balance is being disrupted. While the science is clear and the risks are real, there is still hope. Every fraction of a degree matters. If we commit to deep cuts in emissions today, we can slow melting and buy more time for glaciers to stabilize. Even though the challenges are immense, we must strive for bold solutions like transitioning to renewable energy, protecting natural ecosystems, and promoting sustainable agriculture. Each step we take now can help preserve these icy giants and secure a healthy planet for future generations. Let's hope world leaders and policymakers rise to meet this defining challenge of our time. Our planet's glaciers are melting, but it's not too late to turn the tide.